I say your first name.
We are saying Valeria, but it's Val. You can say just Val because in the US they call me Val.
Okay.
More effective way because it's Valeria. It's a Ukrainian one. It can be Valerie in France when I'm in France, and in
Okay.
Italy it's Valeria.
Valeria.
Yeah, so it's up to you. And actually, we're already
Okay.
on the air. And welcome to Diversity is the Game Changer. Welcome to our show. I'm so happy, honored, and privileged to host uh, dear Patrick. Which actually we tried to schedule our show quite, yeah, I don't know, many months ago, right? But we do
Yes.
believe strongly that this is the right timing for everything in our life. So I'm sure
Amen.
it should be exactly in this way and tonight.
Yes.
So, title of our episode today is From Service to Leadership, or actually it can be also for leadership to service, and everything is in togetherness, and how diverse life experience shape inclusive success. So, like I've said, Patrick Dearborn is our honorable guest today. So welcome back to Diversity is the Game Changer, the podcast where we explore how diversity of minds, thoughts, experience, leadership styles actually transform our way to live, to lead, to breathe, to do everything, actually.
Thank
And
you.
our guest brings a remarkable journey that bridges so many diversified journeys. It bridges service, strategy, success, a lot. Patrick's professional path began with honorable service in the United States Army, 82nd Airborne Division, where
Yes.
discipline, teamwork, and accountability were not just values, they were a way of life. And still you have this way of life with discipline. Their experiences laid the foundation for his leadership mindset long before the boardrooms. So today, Patrick is, wow, very, very successful visionary and multi-million dollar producer, realtor, long-standing board member of John Air Wood Properties, and consistently ranked top 5 agent year and after year. So yeah, but beyond his titles and numbers, Patrick's story is about about diversity, about diverse life experience, military service, leadership, adaptability, and human connection, which is the most important.
Yes.
Shape inclusive, high-performance environments. So this conversation will be really, really exciting. I'm looking for. So welcome to the show again. If I forgot something, or you would like to add immediately or correct me, so please, the mic is yours.
No. Val, you're doing great. Thank you for having me. You and I connected online, and I saw the podcast you were doing, and I liked. We both have OCD qualities, and we joked about that. But I said I'd be honored to be on your show. So I like what you do. I like the different kinds of people you interview, talking about diversity, our diverse backgrounds, and where we come from around the globe. And I think at the end of the day, we have so much more in common than we have not in common. But for some reason, we tend to focus on things we don't have in common. And we should all be focused on things we do have in common. That makes sense?
Absolutely. That's why you and me finally sit in here, because I do believe core values actually are what we are trying to bring to the world every single day and
Yeah.
our to our communities. They are common. And
Yes.
you are my role model. And actually,
Oh,
absolutely, yes. I've done my homework, but actually, I'm following you not just before the podcast and before the show. And oh, yes, I mean that because, first of all, in every interaction, I position myself always as a student, first of all, and then a little bit of a teacher, right? So we learn from each other every single day. It's so powerful and it's so important, this harnessing power of collaboration. It's how we can really help each other and
yes.
the world, and it's exactly what you are doing now because you're impacting lives. You are the person who's actually in interconnection. You're meeting very new people, of course, I'm sure also old friends, like every single day. And by being yourself and spreading your energy, attitude, actually showcasing how you lead, live, and everything, of course, you make, like, very special impact. And it's so
Thank you.
important to have people like us, not just on the show, but also around us.
So
So
kind. Thank you for those kind words.
thank you so much for finding the most precious commodity being on giving the time, full focus
Yes.
and presence, actually what we can give to each other, which is most preciable now in
Yeah.
our times, most precious, right? Because everything, it's so high speed and path, like everybody running, flying, like, somewhere, without stopping reflection, feedback, actually without actually really depth. And think now in connections, it's a little bit the problem our EI society, no, but we'll come into that. So, but before all that, and actually, I remember the time that we did actually much time, and maybe we didn't know how to kill, but then it made us so inventive. I made in Soviet, and actually my first dolls or all kind of toys which I was using to entertain myself was self-invented, like flowers, like, we didn't have internet, we didn't have, it was books, but it was boring. Head book. But to do something in your hands, it was so cool. So childhood, I believe, is so important, and young age, our roots, it's DNA of us, actually, who we are today. So can you
Yes.
please take us back to the kingdom, the land, that maybe dreamy land of little Patrick? How was his childhood, and how it has impacted his story, mindset, and the leaders who actually became so famous with a lot of accolades, accomplishments. But it was one day little boy. Can
It
you?
was.
Yes, it
Not,
was.
not that long ago. Sure.
No,
So
no,
again,
you're so young. That's why I'm asking this question, because you remember this brilliantly. It's like, no, long time ago. No, no, no. I know, of course, it was just kind of yesterday, right?
it was. So again, thanks for that kind words. And I think my story is very unique, different from a lot of people you've had on your show. And I shared it last night. As you know, I was on the Tonight Show,
Mm-hmm.
and which was a great honor. But that host asked me the same question, and my story is amazing because um, I actually am adopted, and I didn't. I spent most of my life up until a few years ago, so over 50 years of my life, I knew I was adopted. My mom and dad, who adopted me, are my mom and dad, and but I knew that I was put up for adoption by my birth parents. Never knew who they were. Didn't want to find out who they were, but God had a plan, and my birth mom found me about 3 years ago, and I got to know my whole story, how close I came to not being here. My birth mother, back in 1968, was going to have me aborted, was going to have an abortion. I was an unplanned pregnancy. And thanks be to God, she went into our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., to have an abortion. And all she can tell me was that there was a voice inside her head that she believes was God that said and told her to get up and get out of there and to not go through with the abortion. So personally, I'm very happy she did that, right? Because I wouldn't be here right now. And she ended up having me and putting me up for adoption. And then my parents adopted me and as a baby, and here I am today, 57 years later.
Oh my God, Patrick. First of all, you put me in this special position. I'm kind of Chinese talkative machine. You put 50 cent, I can talk like 24 hours. But now, because of the depth of the story, I was like, I wanted at some moment, like, interrupt, but my emotion, I feel goosebumps. Thank you so much
Oh,
for sharing this very special, deep story. And you know why it relates? Now, I even more secure why we sit in here in this space between you and me after so many months of knowing each other, because there's nothing a coincidence. Like you said, they are brilliant, beautiful mom. I could hear this voice, and I'm sure it was God, it was this angel which bring the message at that time, and we sit in
amen.
together with you, because this story is so close to my heart. Due to adoption, I have adopted two daughters myself.
Oh, awesome. Good for that's amazing.
Yeah, many, many years ago, one baby, when I found her, she was 7 months. and another 2 years later, she was 3.5 years. They have also very, very special stories, but this show not about me. Maybe one day I will be on your show, then I can share.
Please. Yes.
I mean,
Love to hear.
now these ladies, we were sitting together with them now and then, 16 and a half both. Now they're teaching me to live in this life, right?
Yes.
So this is so, so important that sometimes people, they ask me, Valeria, but why actually you didn't want to that and that? And said, first of all, they are my babies, absolutely. They were born with my heart. And actually, I said, there are more than enough parents in this world. No, kids in this world. That there are not enough parents,
Yes.
right? So yes, this is very special. And I'm so happy actually that we started our show from this, because it's really, of course, very, very strong story in your life. And I'm so happy your mom, she really got this message, and that she found you. It's a miracle,
Mhm.
right?
It is a miracle. God works in mysterious ways, but to know that I was saved by God before I was even born, pretty profound, humbling, even in my darkest moments, and I have very few of those. But even me, I'm super optimistic. I'm always upbeat. I'm very positive. I love to encourage other people around me, but even I have my moments. And in those moments, I still remember that, man, hey, remember that God blessed me by saving me and not having me be aborted. To tell the world that I'm an abortion clinic survivor, and I'm not saying I'm for or against. Obviously, personally, I'm pro life because I wouldn't be here if that wasn't true. But I'm not here to tell anybody else what to do. I'm just here to share my story. And thank you for letting me do that. And thank God for my birth mother. Her name was Jane Sawyer. Thank God that she and God spoke to her and that she made the decision, tough decision, to not have me aborted and carry me in her body for 9 months and give birth to me and then give me away and give me up for adoption. So that was very hard on her. She tried to find me. She regretted it the rest of her life. And she found me a couple of years ago before she passed away. The story even gets crazier because she was never able to have any other kids. So after me, she had a hysterectomy. So she was unable to have kids. So she thought her whole life that God was punishing her for giving me up.
Oh,
So, and I was so thankful that God connected us. She found me through ancestry.com. I did a DNA test for my son. My son had a project at school and they were making like family crests. And you had to know, like, are you from Ukraine? Are we from Norway? Are we from Russia? Are we from Greece? Are we from Italy? What's our family heritage? And my son kept on asking me. I said, Cooper, I don't know. I'm adopted. So my mom and dad that adopted me, they're my parents. They got us for Christmas, for a Christmas gift. They bought these DNA kits through ancestry.com. So we swabbed our mouth and sent away our saliva, our DNA, and it came back. And because I did that probably 10 years ago, my birth mother, Jane Sawyer, did the same thing and they matched us up as a DNA match. And then she reached out to me and called me about 4 years ago. I was 53 years old, never knew who my birth mother was, never knew the story. I just knew that I was adopted. That's all my parents told me. So for her to find me gave her peace. It gave me peace. And I think God wanted me to hear how close I came to not being here. And
mm-hmm.
he wanted me to meet her. And we got to visit together. I traveled to see her and meet her in person. And
And now this is the live show in Authenticity is number one. So probably how dear Patrick was called, and now the same how his mother was called the day actually of abortion. Now I'm sure he was called by any important person. That's why we are just waiting. But I can share with you, my beautiful audience. I'm sitting
yes,
now.
there I am. Here I go.
Oh,
Thank you. Sorry about that. I'm doing this from my phone, and a phone call came in, so I declined it, but then my camera disappeared. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely. That's why I also shared with my audience that that's the beauty of my show. That I encourage people to understand that everybody can be podcast host, and actually, it's authentic and natural way of having it. But it's because I was still speaking when, because I said that the same like your mom got called these days
Yes.
from our dear Patrick has got call now as well, and it's also very important. So we should be patient, and you came back.
Oh no, I'm not leaving this call. Um, so anyway, I'm a walking, talking. I truly believe in my heart. I'm a walking, talking miracle. God has a purpose for me, and I always felt very blessed my whole life. But to have my birth mom find me 3 years ago, and then she passed away from cancer, so I got to only know her a couple years. I got to do some special things for her. I got to send her a Mother's Day card, send her flowers, which she never ever received her whole life, right? So I know she really enjoyed having that happen. And I got to speak at her funeral. She had about 400 people attend her celebration of life, even though she did not have any more kids and
Wow.
had a very small family. My birth mother was very impactful, impacted a lot of people, touched a lot of people, and was very loved. So it was a true testament to have so many people at her celebration of life at her funeral. And I was honored to get to speak at her funeral. And all this has happened within the last 3 years of my life.
Uh, you know, it's really difficult to make me speechless, and I do speak seven languages, learn eight, but you have really managed, and I'm so touched by this story, and thank you so much. You are sharing this honestly, and I think it's so profound, it's so beautiful. It's like the power of storytelling. It's, and like one single call can change totally your life. One
A
single
thousand percent.
one.
1,000%.
Yes, right. It's like, wow, sometimes we do really believe that, oh, there is no hope, we have nothing. Like, I've been through some severe episodes of OCD, and my intrusive thoughts sometimes, really unfortunately, it's suicidal thoughts and tendencies.
Oh, wow.
And I'm that's why I'm having very special treatment, which is called like exposing therapy. It's invented in Norway. It's very tough, it's very rough actually, and sometimes it's so challenging, and you basically feel, no, I cannot manage one day more. But when the story like this, really, I can,
Val,
and me.
Val, we can always go one day more. So
Yeah.
we can. And you have to remember, you're impacting people. People look at your show. I don't care if it's 10 people or 10 million people. If you impact one person's life, if you help somebody who maybe is struggling with something that you and I both have, which is we struggle with OCD, there
Mhm.
are so many things and challenges people are going through out in the world. There's so much stress, so much anxiety, and a lot of people don't have hope, like you said. I always have hope. I'm a believer. I know that God created us. I know there's a higher power, our creator, and I know that there's a plan for all of us. And your plan, God had a plan for you and I to connect and for you to have me on your show. And if we can inspire one person today, maybe somebody will be inspired and want to go adopt. The fact that you adopt your two kids is amazing. It made me so happy. And being an adopted kid, like I love my birth mom. I'm so thankful to get to have met her, but my mom and dad are my parents that adopted me, right? So whether they adopted me or gave birth to me, they're my mom and dad. The fact that they chose me, you chose your kids when you adopted them, to me is even more special than people giving birth to their kids, because there's a special bond, as you know, with your kids. So God bless you for adopting your two children. And I'm proud to be adopted. I love my dad passed away last year, 87 years old, Ray Dearborn. My mom, Helen, is still here. She's 86 and doing really well. I'm going to go see her again probably this month. She's up in North Carolina by my sister. And so, yes, I was blessed to got to met my birth mother and thank her for, and thank God for letting me be here. And then it just made me love my mom and dad even more because they went and adopted me and chose me and raised me well. They raised me old school. I was raised in the 70s, late 60s, 70s, and 80s, before cell phones, before all this craziness. And I like to say I was raised old school,
Mhm.
but I was. And we talk about diversity and challenges, but let me tell you, man, the world is getting so, technology is so amazing what we have at our fingertips right now. You and I are talking halfway around
Mhm.
the world together doing a show, but I really love that. I wish we had more old school, put our phones away and had human interaction. You and me together, face to face, families together for dinner. The problem is we just are all on the run. In America, we are so busy being busy.
Mhm.
We the rat race, we call it the rat race in America for sure. I think we're probably the worst of any country. We just go, 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 and push, 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 because we're trying to chase a dollar. We're trying to make money. We're trying to be successful. We're trying to all chase the American dream. And we forget the simpler times when we just sit around the house, no phones, and we just talk to one another. So sometimes I miss those good old days. For my son, for my I have grandkids too, and the world they're going to grow up in, and your kids, it's going to be totally different. And I worry about the lack of human interpersonal communication, live, face to face, hugging somebody, talking to somebody, listening to people. And we can do that via satellite. We can do that through technology, but as you know, it's different when it's face to face. And I think we need more of that in the world right now. I really do.
Thank you so much for this is very powerful, and this is exactly the message also I'm delivering or trying to raise awareness about every single show, because I'm also a huge believer in the hugging. I'm a huge hugger.
Yeah, me
I need
too.
it, oh my god, like insanely, like and for me, yes, youngsters, they really, yes, there are a lot of cool now and powerful tools. I understand as
Yes,
like medal with two sides. Of course, we are blessed. That's why you and me were sitting even discussing now this subject. But what can be even more beautiful when you can exchange real energies, right?
yes,
When you can
yes,
hug this person, smell,
yes.
feel the warmth, and sometimes you even don't need words at all. You
No,
can feel heart to heart.
yes,
And especially now in these challenging times, we have war, we have conflicts, we have all possible challenges and really adversities, sometimes really presence, and actually to find the person you can feel totally comfortable to sit in silence with. This
yes,
is the problem and challenge now. Hustle
yes,
bustle, you can find a noise all the time, 24/7, but really to find you deep, because we have deal friends like Facebook friend, Instagram friend, are they friends or real friends,
yeah.
right?
Most of them aren't real friends. They're
No.
not.
Oh.
Social media, we all kind of put on our best face on social media,
Hmm.
but social media normally is not reality, right? So we don't share everything. I don't go on social media on my darkest moments when I feel not feel like I'm in a very good place. I go on social media when I feel good. I go on social media to praise others and appreciate and congratulate others. I go on social media to announce for fundraisers and for something good, but I don't share my bad stuff. So, and I'm not saying that we need to share bad stuff, but what I'm saying is, and you agree, is more interpersonal communication, person to person, human contact, human communication. And I think if we do that, and I'm very optimistic, I'm a big believer in the human race, meaning that God created us. I don't
Hmm.
care if you're from Ukraine or you're American or you're Russian or you're Italian. We're all human beings. We are so similar in so many ways. And yet we grow up and are raised in your country, my country. In some countries, people are raised to hate another country just because of where they're from. They're raised to hate somebody because of their religion is different than their religion. They're
Hmm.
raised to hate somebody because they're different skin color. Um, the world we're in, like you said, technology is great, and technology is also part of the problem.
Hmm.
Um, and I feel very bad for kids with social media because there's this. uh, never-ending need to be accepted, to be liked. And when your whole purpose is to be liked on social media, that's not healthy, right? You have to like yourself. You have to be okay with yourself. And before we came on the show, we were talking about you happen to know I was in a sauna today. And I'm bringing that up because we owe it to you, owe it to yourself, Val. I owe it to me. Everybody owes it to themselves to do three things every day. Make sure we're getting better in three areas every day: mind, body, and spirit.
Mhm.
So my mind is getting better every day because I watch podcasts like from podcasts you do. I watch other podcast shows. I read books. I educate myself on things. So I'm making my mind better every day by doing those things. I make my spirit better by praying,
Mhm.
taking quiet time to pray to whatever God people around the world believe in. I do believe in believing in a higher power, believing that we're not just here by accident. We were created. You were created. I was created. Your kids were created. I don't care what country, what flag you have. We were all created for a purpose. God has a purpose for all of us. And so spiritually, by praying, I go to groups and we read the Bible and we read books together. I strengthen myself spiritually. And last but not least, physically. I'm a big biohacker. One of my best friends for 35 years is Gary Brecka. Gary Brecka is known as the ultimate human. If
Mhm.
you ever seen him on social media, one of my best friends. I went to college with him, and he practices and teaches millions of people around the world. We can do simple things every day to be physically better. We can work out, we can exercise, we can take cold plunges, we can get into a sauna, we can walk barefoot on the surface of the earth. It's called grounding. We can all go out and sit in the sunlight, whether it's cold or not, and get natural rays of sunlight on our bodies, which are very good for us. Um, and we can do simple things that don't cost any extra money every day. Um, and if we do those things, we're better physically, we're better mentally, and we're better spiritually. And that makes us better overall people. And I think if we all focus on those three things, again, I think the world would be a better place.
Amazing, amazing. I do love this Tres Amigos formula you have presented beautifully now, Patrick, because I do believe strongly as well that we are a spiritual being with a human experience, and it doesn't matter actually, like you said, who is your creator. You believe so much into, for me, a little bit challenging or painful even to watch in Scandinavia when I'm based between Paris, Scandinavia, but moving to US actually soon. A lot of young people, they're atheists, and they are so, like, like too much overkill grounded, like just science, just sustainability. And you know what, because when I'm not discussing, I'm just myself and like encouraging to be by being myself. But sometimes they're like, yeah, but have you seen God? Have you like touched? Anybody could see that experience? And then I'm asking them, okay, uh have you seen love? Can you touch love? Can you smell love? But do you believe in love? Yes, of course, but this is the same. Oh,
Yes.
right, because nobody can actually really, because love for everybody, it's different. Happiness
Yes.
different, everything, like you said. Now, like, life is simple but not easy. We have core values. We all want to be happy, to be loved, and to be loved, but we didn't see happiness. You can, for everybody, it's your own stuff, right? It's just your own language with the creator. And I do believe the most powerful for me last 3 years after like being in this special therapy, it's like you said, it's calling purpose, vision, and mission, right? But then you should first of all come and understand who you are, and it's about
Yes.
self management. Then you can impact. You should talk, you should like really understand who is Patrick inside, because the person you talk and listen the voice mostly through your life, it's your own voice. People even don't
Yes.
think about that, right?
Yes.
Very impactful what you're saying. So What actually you believe, if you and me, we could like really help our youngsters like to encourage, because they have so much noise from social media. And you, Patrick, you said it so brilliantly, because I do believe, and Einstein said it, the greatest thief of happiness is comparison. And what social media does
Yeah.
for us, that all the time,
Takes it.
yes, right, they try to put us that we actually compare immediately with deep fakes,
Yes.
masks, filters, everything what is not true.
Yes. Yes.
How we can encourage, at least we, you, me, and me, we experience a real world, and it was challenging as well, but beautiful real one.
It
How we can
was.
experience actually our youngsters, teenager, to more and more be authentic and real, because they're surrounded by deep fakes 24/7 now, right?
So that's a great question. So
Mm.
look, they still look to us, whether our kids talk to us or not, they observe us every day.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the rights to impact them and show them without using words by our actions. So if I show my son, who's now 22, or if I show my 13-year-old granddaughter, Amelia, or my 10-year-old grandson, Luca, if I show them when they're with me that I'm on my phone all the time, playing games, talking on the phone, watching social media, talking on podcasts the whole time, that's going to show them that my phone is more important than they are. And that's
Mm-hmm.
not true. So, my actions as parents, we have to lead the way. We have to limit our use of our phones. We have to show our kids that we must take time every day and the phones must be turned off, put in airplane mode, and put away.
Mm-hmm.
And if we do that and we instill those best practices with our kids, then they'll grow up and know that the world doesn't end with just phone. In other words, they'll see by our actions that, wow, my dad put his phone away and he just wants to hang out and maybe go outside for a walk or talk with me or go shoot basketball or whatever it is. By our actions, we have to show them that we're willing to turn these phones off at different times of the day and just enjoy them and enjoy life.
Yeah, exactly. I cannot be more agreed than you. Thank you so much, Patrick. And you know what? It's so cool, because digital detox is also I practice now many years, actually, basically digital detox. And in my life, it was very special experience. 12th of October last year changed my life, because I was attacked in Sao Paulo by a guy with a gun. I was almost shot. 3 seconds from really, and I remember I had this gun here on my, I was staying on my knee, because he wanted my phone again. He wanted to steal my phone, right? And I gave him immediately the phone, and everything was cards and money and everything. But he still believed maybe I was on my jogging tour, like I had some more cash or something. So he was pushing again and like damaging me, and I was shouting so much in Portuguese, but I can seven like, but I put my
Wow.
phone Gia, that's it. So it was really like very changing moment in my life, and after that, of course, I gave the phone, and the phone was kind of course also I could be killed, right? And when I came back to Europe, so my brain was kind of frozen like 3 weeks, because I got like major, like anxiety.
PTSD. That's a traumatic experience for sure.
Yeah, still, and you and me, we have OCD. When this OCD also gets married with PTSD, you understand what kind of Christmas I had in my head. So actually,
Yeah.
10 days I was actually through a mental institution, because I was so bad. But at the same time, I'm also a person like you. I am a big believer, and also so positive, that I'm trying, even in the worst case scenario, find something positive. So I actually was existing, no, living in my life after that many weeks without phone.
Wow.
And actually many weeks, oh, first because it was stolen, it was about insurance, a lot of stuff. But actually I found I've spent so many hours with my dog and my kids in nature. Many first 3 weeks I was just walking a lot, just 3-4 hours, try to digest, try to actually survive my brain. I was like really in so bad damaging position mentally. And I didn't have like any gadget with me, because even phone, the picture of phone, it was my trigger. I was not even willing to have to do something with the phone. And maybe over 2 months I didn't have the phone, and afterwards I found, wow, it was one of more actually profound and deep moments of my life since I got the phone many years ago.
Yeah.
I experienced silence. I started reading books. I had so many hours with my kids, with my mom, like talking, really deeply talking. And actually, for me, it was really, really unhappy moment to get phone back. Actually, I didn't want that at all. It
Yeah.
was happiness to be like really normal life, of course. But now, then actually I understood, oh my God, how much actually, unfortunately, we are now dependent and addicted to phone, right?
Oh yeah. I'm addicted for sure. It's addicting for sure. I
Mm-hmm.
can't imagine being a kid and having access to this. If I had had this phone when I was a kid, I'd have gotten a lot of trouble. A lot of trouble. And I guarantee you it would have distracted me and I wouldn't be the person I am today.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I'm thankful that we grew up in a world where there wasn't phones. So
Amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much for your story. I still like, it's even like so amazing to really dive in like real deep personality when I'm on my show, because believe me or not, but when we still look at each other's profile, even you and me, I understood, I felt that you have core values, you're a very nice person, and I'm quite selective who actually also now I'm like not in the arrogant way at all. No, of course not. I'm totally about inclusion like you are. It's not about ethnicity, culture, or country, or
Mm-mm.
religion. No, but of course I would like to people to give their stories, and they should be like with authenticity, right? It's not about
Yes.
to give opportunity to influencer with 1 million, even more influence, what actually not true. And I understand that. I'm quite
Yeah.
wise girl. But even now I can feel yourself like even still different from I believed about you. You are such amazing, deep hearted, rooted person, and I'm so happy and I'm
Thank you.
so blessed like to meet you in my life today, because even today, like, it was like kind of um you were like a little bit late and again late, right? And I am like, no, 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 it's a special mission. If I felt from this morning when I woke up, I always have meditation and then gratitude and then 5
Good.
things to be grateful for. And one of my
Love
gratitude
that.
will be show with you, and I was really
Oh,
looking forward. So that's why, yes, it's true, that's
thank
why
you.
I said, well, I'm a little bit late, and then again I was just joking, said, no, no, for me it was already so much blessing. I wanted to talk to you. It's so like, okay, this guy, then next, like, for me, I'm trying to really, like, establish deep conditions and actually becoming friends with my guests. And now it's truly
Yes.
something much more for me than actually just to push the button and read, like, okay, because I actually wrote so much, like all this
Wow.
about you. It's 10 pages, but you see, I don't even look, because what I'm saying now, I'm saying I hope you feel from my, but from, like you said, it should be uniformity and
Yes.
harmony from my
Yes.
soul, mind, heart, and body. It's so
Yes.
unified, like yoga. Like, people like, oh, I do yoga.
Yes.
People even don't know what means yoga, and I'm sure you know what means yoga. It's
Yes.
actually your unity, right?
Yes.
You don't need to sit like that and say, oh no,
No.
no, I cannot. No, you don't. You actually should find just 2 minutes to sit with yourself
Yes.
and feel presence, right?
I,
That's
I
yoga.
I love when you said you wake up in the morning and do meditation.
Hmm.
I do prayer, but
Hmm.
it's quiet time. It's quiet time for you to be still, for you to, like you said, you meditate, you whatever higher power, when I pray to God, and I give thanks, like you said, you give thanks for 5 things in your life. I love hearing that. So more of us need to do that every day. Um, so many people are struggling, and it's just a symptom of society. We're addicted to our phones. We're addicted to, and we're barraged nonstop messaging from our phones, from the news, from every source. Negative, 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 negative. And you mentioned something earlier in the show. A lot of people don't have hope. So, and it's sad. So
Hmm.
how do we give people hope? Well, we give people hope by podcasts like this. We give Our kids hope by our actions. We show our kids, I want time with my son. I'll put my phone down and he and I will interact. We'll watch a movie. We'll go for a walk. We'll go play basketball. Whatever it is, I'm showing my son that he matters in my life and
Mm-hmm.
that he is more important than this cell phone. But we
Mm-hmm.
have to show them that. We can't just tell them that. We have to show them that. And if we do that and you do that, then your kids will get conditioned and trained to know that life doesn't revolve around this phone. Life revolves around us, each other.
Oh, so so beautiful, and about our time for ourselves, very important, self-worth, right? It's just like
Yes.
show them by actions, because I was raised like I have very painful childhood. Yeah, we don't want to dive, but anyway, I try to like change all these adverse and special moments for creative fuel, actually for doing something better, and actually save two girls not having childhood like me.
That's
I
awesome.
always has like, we have choice to be victim or just always go back. I'm
Thousand
like
percent.
this because of, or oh, because I had this experience, I can do something with that. I have responsibility. I'm a grown-up person. At that time in childhood, I couldn't, right? I was in
Yeah,
survival mode, but now I can change the world
you can.
by starting, because all people want to change the world, but they don't want to change themselves.
No, 1000%.
Uh,
Good point.
yeah.
But Val, I would love to, when you come to the States, I want you, if you ever come to Florida, we have a great podcast studio here. I'd love to do a podcast with you live, face to face, and continue this. And I'm happy to get back on with you anytime, remote, because I love what you represent. I love your message. And you're no different, man. We're all fighting the good fight. We're trying to be the best we can be. And again, we have to take steps every day to make sure we're getting, this is better, this is better, and this is better. Mind, body, spirit. If we do those three areas, man, our kids will see it and then they'll do a better job. They'll become better people, mind, body, spirit, because they're going to follow our lead. If they see mom being healthy, eating healthy, not smoking, not drinking, not sleeping until late in the day and going to bed late, they're going to follow your lead. So we owe it to our kids to be the healthiest and best us we can be. So I'm so thankful for this opportunity to be on your show. I want to do it again. Hopefully, you and I can connect again and do this. And again, when you come to the States, I want you to come to Florida and we'll set up a time where we can get together in the podcast studio and do a show live.
Thank you so much. I do really genuinely appreciate that. I was in Florida before this accident in Sao Paulo. I was keynote speaker about neurodiversity management, actually, in a women's
Nice.
conference last October, and I'm
Wow.
definitely coming again to Miami,
Good.
Florida. And that, like I said, you and me were huge huggers. So of course we first of all should jump on each other and
Yes.
hug a lot. It will be
Yes.
on the recording. We will be encouraging that. And before, actually, I already kidnapped you for 1 hour. I'm letting you go soon. It's Friday. My very last question before we wrapping up. We started with childhood. We started from actually very nice positive energy, which is magic, and I still believe in magic, and especially magic what we are doing by ourselves. That's
Yes.
why always the last
Um,
part I'm bringing, actually I'm invited my vice president, and she's joining the studio for last question. Then people like,
okay.
okay, one more, who is that? And then I'm pulling out this beautiful lady, which is actually very tough one. Very
Nice.
cool. You can see what it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's Aladdin lamp, right? It's
Yes.
so beautiful. Vice president never actually, never fights with me. Those leaders, they need somebody who can challenge your perspectives, but we are so much aligned in core values. So Aladdin, she granted 3 wishes. She is very sustainable, want to have as many guests as possible. So maybe not time for 3 wishes, but one wish, that's for sure. So my very last question for us today, when we're just on remote, it's just the beginning for you and me. What would be this wish from Patrick Dearborn? And actually, I like, I have to say it. I have this. When actually I saw and read your second name first time, for me, it was I don't know exactly when I could read Dearborn. For me, it was something hit me. It was like God born. For me, it was, if he's Dearborn, he's really dear to be born. Then he's born, my God. And now when you share this story about child, I was like, of course,
Wow.
you have this name. Can you imagine? So now I know why you have this name, and you know it as well. So last,
Val, I already have my wish. Can I give you my wish?
yes,
My wish is if I get one wish from the Aladdin lamp. By the
yes,
way, I love one of my favorite Disney movies is Aladdin, the cartoon movie Aladdin. It was so good. Robin Williams played the
I'm just
genie in
kidding.
the bottle. My wish would be I want us to meet in person. I want our energies to lock. We want to help other people. And I think if we did a show in person together, a podcast show and stream it all over the world, I think it'd be huge. So my wish is the next time you come to Florida, we're going to meet up. I'll come to Miami, you come to Naples, and we have a studio here, 239 Live podcast studio, and it's a phenomenal studio. And we're going to hug, and then we're going to get on the air, and we're going to do a great show about helping other people. That's my
Yeah,
wish.
I can see she's buzzing. So she's actually basically already booking our tickets. So
Okay, good.
yes, just yes, actually, when before even you announced this wish, I already knew it was on my time. You wishing that I'm coming? You just like
Yes.
almost Princess Jasmine from Aladdin. Yes, I do believe so strongly. United, we are so strong. Oh my God, the harness
Yes.
the power of collaboration. You and me, we have to spread this magic. Let's make it happen.
Yes. Let's do it.
Heart from Norway called -70, and now I'm following your advice. What I'm doing now, I'm taking my kids now. They will be fighting with me, but with -17, we take our dog and we go outside and
Good.
we play with snow.
Good.
I send
You
pictures.
you you have snow there?
Uh-huh. A
Okay.
lot.
Well,
Maybe you should come. We don't have 239, but I guarantee you, I can. It will be memorable experience
okay. Good.
with me.
Good.
Never, maybe that easy, but never boring.
Okay. Good.
OCD, God, you
I
from the
know.
OCD tribe, of course. Okay. Much love, blessings, good energy,
God
and
bless
yes,
you.
now I'm booking. I take some
Good.
little bit snow.
Good. Come here in Florida, sunshine and nice weather.
Oh, okay. So blessed today. My last meditation will be 5 gratitude things because I started with 5, and after dates feedback, I meditate before I go to bed, and again I'm finding new 5
Good.
to think. And it will be double. It will be double.
Oh,
You will be my morning, but you also will be my evening.
good. Wow. I'm humbled. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
You're
much.
amazing. You're an amazing human being.
Thank
Keep being a light in a dark world. The world's dark.
you.
It's always been dark. So keep being a bright light for other people. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing. I'm very proud to call you my friend now. I'm glad we connected, and I'm looking forward to us connecting again.
Oh, yes, me too, really.
Okay, good.
My dear
Yes,
born father. Yes, okay, much. Oh, it will be. I'm already looking forward to my five special moments during this evening meditation because I
good,
will like really feeling with all my molecules. I'm doing like really like present when I'm doing, not just to do that to tick off, but like I'm feeling through. So I will be
good,
feeling everything you say.
good.
Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Okay.
God bless you. Have a blessed day.
God bless you. Yes. Till next time, very soon.
Okay.
Booking my ticket. Bye
Bye
bye.
bye.
Bye
Bye bye.
bye. Bye.